Yo, what's poppin', ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for joining us today. Today we'll be discussing the Jeremie Frimpong situation. Liverpool are heavily linked with Mr. Frimpong here. Now, before I get into the video, discussing whether he's going to be a good fit, his stats, his numbers, whether he fits into the system, please make sure to comment, like, share, and sub. Really appreciate all the support. And without further ado, let's get right into it. So, Fabrizio Romano, Mr. Transfers himself, is saying Liverpool are well informed on the Frimpong situation and how his instalments and how he has a £40 million release clause. He remains one of the names to replace Trent. So, yeah, and Frimpong apparently is keen on the move. So, Frimpong is a homegrown player. So, he used to play for Man City's academy, which is great. So when it comes to transfers, this is a point that doesn't get talked about a lot, but you need homegrown players, right? I think you need like 8 and like three players to be registered who have come through the academy. So he fits that quota. One homegrown player goes in Trent, you replace him with another one. Now, if you bring Frimpong in, the question is he going to be the number one, or is he going to be rotated with Bradley? Are these two going to be battling for that number one spot? And also, if you bring Frimpong in, does it kind of mean that Bradley goes down to second choice? Is he going to be happy being second choice? And I don't watch Bundesliga that much. Maybe I might watch the odd game. The main reason is there's just too many games, right? Too many leagues. It's hard enough trying to focus on just your team alone. So I don't watch Frimpong week in, week out. But I hear a lot of people saying that he's not like a traditional kind of right back. He's more of like a wing back, winger. So is he going to fit into that kind of slot system? Or can he be converted into a right back? Now, I played Football Manager, so that means I'm a football expert, football genius, blah, blah, blah. Jokes aside, in Football Manager, he can play right back, right? So this could possibly mean that Frimpong comes in, becomes like a right back, gets converted into a traditional right back, and kind of fulfills that role, fulfills that duty, and the Liverpool kind of team, or the analysts, Slot, they see Frimpong and say, look, he can be converted into that kind of traditional kind of right back. I know he makes bombing runs, he's physical, he's pacey, he's strong. So there's a lot to like with that aspect, right? If we look at his numbers, right, he's putting up. I know Bundesliga is kind of seen as like a lesser quality league, but he's putting up good numbers, right? 32 games played this season, 4 goals, 5 assists. The season before that, 9 and 7. Season before that, 8 and 7 in 34 appearances. So he's putting up good numbers. Homegrown player. Obviously, they see that he can fulfill that role, fulfill that system. And for 35, 45 million, to me, is a bit of a bargain. I think worst case scenario, you kind of break even with Frimpong. I think my gut says he's going to be a top player, a good player. And if he comes in, you can have 2 quality right backs, and maybe even an emergency, like in an emergency situation, Salah, one of our right wingers, gets injured. The issue with the right wing position is that Salah, he wants to be the key man, the key talisman. He's going to be playing week in, week out, right? So it's kind of hard to get a backup player and be like, look, you're going to be back up to Salah and play that kind of Shaqiri role, which is tricky, right? But in emergency, maybe Frimpong can come in. And for 40 million, it's just not much risk in my opinion. You get a homegrown player, you get a proven player, I suppose. He's only 23, 24, 4, I think. So you get him in his prime years. 40 million in today's market is just not a lot of money. So, and this is a player with a lot of upside. He can rotate. So yeah, I like this signing if they make it happen. If we look at the role ride in the world right now, when it comes to fullbacks, right backs, there's just not many top quality options. But Frimpong's a name that keeps getting brought up. So I think there's some truth to this, and I would be totally for this Frimpong signing. My main question is whether he can fulfill that right back role, because that's what I hear. People watch Bundesliga, they say, look, he's not actually like a traditional right back, he's more of a wing back. So yeah, let me know what guys think down below. Does this signing make sense? Super duper appreciate all the support. I'll catch you in the next one.